What if I told you there was a hidden reality beyond the mutual agreed upon fictions that pass for society? I call them the MAUFs, MAUFs, the mutually agreed upon fictions. I've been on this for a while now, probably since the 2000s. I read a book called You Are Being Lied To by disinfo.com. This stuff in this book really woke me up. It was like, oh, we are being lied to. Oh, and it broke my brain. And my life has never been the same. So I'm gonna touch a little bit upon some things that were in that book today, but primarily we're gonna focus on how to access the hidden reality. I'm gonna give you some steps that you can take to reach that hidden reality in yourself. We're also gonna watch a video from a crone. I love my crones. My crone lives matter, yo. Crone lives matter. So all that today and more on this episode of the Shaman Patrick Show. Let's go.
He was once a storm in human form, sharp tongue, cold soul, heart worn and torn, living like a ghost who missed his grave till the spirit sang out and called him brave. He got rewired by the great unknown, heard the call like a dial tone to the bone. So pull up a chair, enjoy the glow. This is the Shaman Patrick Show.
My perspective on reality is unique because I have had a near-death experience. I do communicate with spirits. I have seen the hidden reality and I've seen the non-ordinary reality. I interact in all different types of realities in my role as a shaman. Most of the times I'm just a human being having human things going on. I wasn't made a shaman in an afternoon. I was made a shaman over several years, probably starting when I was a very little child, when I was chosen by the spirits. Doesn't make me special or unique. It just is what it is. It is what it is. I mean, what am I going to do now? Die? Well, I already tried that. It didn't work. I want to start today's presentation with this book, You Are Being Lied To. And this book was, oh, look at the design of this book. This book probably influenced me more artistically than anything else, along with a Schwab book. I might talk about the Schwab book someday, but this really did influence me in 2001. I was already into this sort of icon graphic style, like having icons and stuff, but I love this book. I used to have a copy of this book. It's now out of print, but the PDF is freely available. You could just search up You Are Being Lied To PDF. It's out there for free. Still don't want it? I know. Can't give shit away. Can't give shit. You can't give the truth away. People don't want it. They want to pay for the lies. So this was published in 2001. And let me see. 2001. And all of the articles in this book are from 1992 and 2001. The truth is out there if you want it. If you really, really want it. Some of the things that they talk about in this book, I'm not going to go into much about this book, but I just want you to know that if you want to know if you're being lied to about something or not, you have to have those critical thinking skills, especially when we're dealing with spiritual tomfoolery right now, a lot of fake spirituality. And in this book, he talks about what disinformation is. And let me get to a point. Probably going to edit this out. So here's some of the contents of this book. The news media and other manipulators. Here's some stories. Why does the Associated Press change its articles? The covert news network. What makes mainstream media mainstream? This is one of the things that woke me up to the news. Politricks, official versions. This right here, I'm not going to say it out loud, but something up with that. Don't blame your parents. Social fabrication. So reading this book in my own experience with stuff, I'll just call it stuff in life. Yes, we are being lied to. We are on a daily basis. And when you're done being lied to, you might wake up to this. You might wake up to this hidden reality on your own. In the next segment, we're going to watch a video from a woman who went through such an awakening. This is from a YouTube channel called Midlife Anti-Crisis. She's giving off big crone energy. I love my crones. She's giving off big crone energy. Don't give a fuck no more, does she? The title of this video is called "The Rules Are Made Up, the System is Rigged, and Everyone is Faking It." Let's hear from her now.
They don't tell us this in school, and most people go through their whole lives without realizing it, but the rules are made up, and everybody is faking it. We are living in a time when more and more people are starting to wake up. They're questioning the system, noticing that the rules we've been taught to follow are arbitrary. They're often harmful. They're realizing that the system is rigged, and it was never designed to help us thrive. You can feel it in the air, a quiet revolution. People are walking away from jobs, relationships, and roles that no longer serve them. There's a deep knowing rising up that says, it doesn't have to be this way. This video is for anyone who's starting to question the script and wondering what might be possible if you stopped following the rules that were never real to begin with.
I like her. You know, she's been through some stuff. I've seen some of her other videos, and I'm going to watch this whole video with you guys because it's really, really good. But I encourage you to go over to her channel and watch some more. She's got a lot of great perspectives. So she talks about a quiet revolution and that people are waking up. And, for some people, this happens with just extreme suffering and dissatisfaction with life. They just get tired of the grind, they get tired of the life, and they realize that there's more ways to make money than what they're doing. That they may have been working for other people, or maybe your parents pressured you to go to college and get a job, and you're saddled with student loan debt and all this kind of stuff. And if you have that type of awakening, congratulations. Some of us had enlightenment without consent, where we were ripped apart at the seams and shown reality and these rules and the system as an illusion. It's called the Matrix, and it's what most people experience. It's what most people, especially in America, experience. They experience this Matrix, these mutually agreed upon fictions. The hidden reality is underneath that. The hidden reality is underneath all of that. Most people will never, ever see it. Most people don't even know it's there. Like in my case, I came across that book, You Are Being Lied To, and that helped me on my path. But at the same time, I had quit a corporate job that was draining my life. I worked there for 3 years. It was, been there, done that. So where this lady is at, I got there at like 27 years old. And then I started making a living on the internet and doing what I love. My stupid ass went back into it. My dumb ass went back into the fictional universe that I had already deemed as full of shit. Bullshit. It's bullshit. It's all bullshit. My friends wanted me to go back to reality. They wanted me to go back to getting a job and not making a living on the internet, which I was making a quite nice living on the internet back then. But I gave it all up back then to go back in to it because it made other people feel comfortable. Are you noticing a theme in my life? When am I going to learn to just do my own thing, right?
You might be living your entire life trying to follow rules that were never written with your well-being in mind. So let's talk about where those rules come from, what happens when you stop following them, and why now is the perfect time to start living life on your own terms. The sooner the better. From the time we're young, we're told certain things. Be a good girl, make people comfortable, work hard, be nice, don't complain. And along the way, we absorb a set of unspoken rules. Get married by a certain age or you'll end up old and alone. Stay in that job even if it drains you, or you'll end up poor and living under a bridge. Don't speak up about what you really want, or you'll be labeled difficult, unstable, or selfish. Follow the plan: school, job, house, marriage, kids, career, retirement, or you're a failure. What do all of these rules have in common? They are enforced by fear. Fear of being judged, fear of being rejected, fear of not fitting in.
Oh, boy, howdy. Did she call any of you out there? Fear of being judged, fear of not fitting in, fear, just all fear, 100% fear. Fear, all of that. You don't want to live under a bridge. You don't want to do any of that stuff. You don't want to be homeless. All this fear out there. Like, I remember going to work because I didn't want to be homeless, especially when I was working in corporate America. I didn't want to move back in with my parents. God, no, I didn't want to do that. But it's all fear-based. And there's not a whole lot of love in that at all, is there? Like, many people are living their lives as if they're zombies, and there is no love. There's just no love in their life at all.
But who created these rules and who actually benefits from them? Spoiler alert, it's not you or me. In fact, it's mostly people we don't even know. The people at the top, the people in power, but that's another video. These rules are often rooted.
I want to talk about that because you're living your life for somebody that you don't even know. You're living your life because other people put these rules on you. Now, this doesn't mean people just go quit their jobs and they say, oh, I'm not living this way anymore. I'm not living this way anymore. No, like she said before, it's a quiet revolution. It's not going to be on the news. It's not going to be some edict out there. You know, many people are learning how to make a living on their own and not following the rules. It doesn't mean anarchy. It doesn't mean that, but I think it's interesting that this is coming along. At the same time, there's an AI revolution. Some of you out there are a little scared of AI. You think that it's going to get rid of jobs that people don't want to work. People don't want their jobs. Like look at our opening credit scene. We would have hired an artist to do that. We would have hired animators. We would have hired musicians to write the theme song. But with AI, we could just do it ourselves. Didn't have to hire anybody. And so it's funny that people don't want to work, but they also don't want their job to be taken by AI. And they're thinking, how will I make money? How could you not make money doing what you love? How could you not? How could you not do that? Get rid of that programming, get over yourself, and everything is going to work out for you. Do I have to be evidence of that for people? Do I have to be the example of that for people? Well, I will. I'll be happy to be that evidence, but you don't have to look at me. I'm looking at other people for evidence of that. It's a process. It's work. You got to put in the work.
And outdated systems. Patriarchy, for one, capitalism, tradition, religion, and other forms of dogma. They were not designed to make you happy. They were designed to keep society predictable and comfortable and to keep the masses under control. The day that you stop asking for permission is the day your real life begins. And I say that as someone who followed all the rules. I got married young because that's what good girls were supposed to do. Otherwise, I would have been cohabitating with my boyfriend and been a disgrace to my parents. Well, that was a mistake. So then for years, I achieved degrees, raised my kids alone and determined. I invested in a little real estate, and I built a successful career in healthcare. And for a while, I was proud of it. But under the surface, I was exhausted, disappointed, disconnected, disillusioned, unfulfilled. Walking away from that job felt a little terrifying, not because of the anxiety that I've always had around money, but because of what other people might think.
And I remember when I had to quit my job last February because I had IBS so bad that I didn't want to live anymore. I didn't want to live. Like it was so bad. That job was filled with evangelical Christians. I was never going to progress in that company. That job was going to kill me. Not to mention my boss was a Marxist. And I don't like communism or Marxism. I'm an American. She was a Marxist, and I let her know I'm not into Marxism. Man, she came after me. So I couldn't work that job anymore. My health couldn't take it. My mental state couldn't take it. I got tired of putting up with the bullshit. And when I quit my job because of those reasons, there were family members that said, go get another job right away. We don't care if you need to heal. We don't care if it's not right for you. It doesn't matter that every HR department is Marxist now. It doesn't matter. You can't do what you want to do with your life. You're not talented enough. You're not smart enough. You're not capable enough. And I'm sure that this woman got the same thing. And in fact, when I did consider going back to work, I got all this praise. I got all this praise from people in my life. Good. Congratulations, you're going back to get a minimum wage job. Congratulations, Patrick, you're abandoning doing what you love, which is being of service to others to help them get sober and awaken and also making a living from it. Don't do that. Do the thankless minimum wage job where they don't even appreciate you in the first place and they might even hate you. It's fucked up. But look at her. She walked away. Listen to the rest of her story.
When you go off script like that, people get uncomfortable and they'll project their fears onto you. When I tell people that I'm not looking for another relationship, which has been true for at least the past 10 years, they assume I must be lonely and bitter. When I started a YouTube channel, left my career, and took a solo road trip across the country in my minivan, people wondered if I was okay. Surely I must be losing it. Now that I'm choosing a quieter, slower, healthier, and less conventional life, I've noticed people pulling away, not out of malice, but maybe because my choices challenge their assumptions. Massive reinvention makes people uncomfortable, and this isn't the first time that I've completely changed everything.
Honey, you and I have a lot in common. And that was the thing. You know, I quit the job to focus more on my health and also to finally pay attention to this YouTube thing that I've been doing for decades now. Why not just focus on it? See what happens. And since we've been focusing on our YouTube channel, we've created a lot of cool stuff, a lot of cool content, changed a lot of lives that wouldn't have been changed had I just stayed at that job that was making me miserable. And to be fair, it was making my coworkers miserable too. But I remember when Merrick and I played our first song for people. It made people feel very uncomfortable. You're going to try to get out of having a life where you clock in. You're going to try to make it as music stars. Oh, God, don't you dare do that. People did pull away. They pulled away. It made them very uncomfortable. Can't take that shit personally. Can't take it personally at all. Cannot take it personally at all.
Here's the thing. Your life is not a group project. You don't owe anyone an explanation for living in a way that feels true to you. So let's be honest. We're all walking around trying to look like we have it together.
Don't include we in this, honey. Don't include. I know what she's saying, but watch out for that we.
Post the highlight reels. We say, I'm fine when we're falling apart inside.
I don't do that anymore. I don't do that. Maybe she's talking about something else, but I personally do not say I'm fine. I'll say I'm fucking pissed off right now. I'm pissed off right now. Or my stomach hurts. I'm not fucking with this shit. I don't fuck with narcissists no more. Like I'll tell it like it is now more than ever, especially in my personal life. Especially in my personal life. I'll say I don't want to talk to you right now. I got the crone in me. I got the crone in me.
We keep chasing the next milestone, thinking maybe that'll be the thing that finally makes us feel worthy.
I would say many people would, instead of we, I would say many people do this. Many people do. Most people do this. Most people do this. It's what people think that they need to do. You know, it's the mutually agreed upon fictions.
But underneath it all, most people are confused, burnt out, ashamed of how much time they've spent chasing approval instead of fulfillment. Everybody is faking something, and no one wants to be the first one to say it out loud. So
I'll let me say something. Let me say something. I don't know if it's maybe the first person in your family or the first person at your job or the first person in your friend group, you know, this quiet revolution that she's talking about. I know many people that I know personally who have gone through this and said, this shit is bananas. This is fucking bananas. This is bananas. At my last job, they made me they asked me to record a commercial for their services. And I had been homeless. And so I wrote a script. They wrote a script where I would talk about how I came from homelessness. And at the last minute, they chose unhoused. Like instead of saying the word homeless, say unhoused. Now, see, I knew about Marxist terminology and shit like that, changing the meaning of words and shit. And I was kind of like, I'm not saying unhoused. I'm not saying that. And they said, well, it might offend homeless people because no one's really homeless. And I was like, shit, bitch, I have been homeless. I could imagine somebody coming up to me and saying, you're just unhoused. What the fuck does that even mean? Nothing. It means nothing. That's why I don't like Marxism, because it means nothing. But I objected to that. I'm like, I think that's cockamamie. You can't put words in my mouth. I would never say that. And they go, well, that's the way we say things here, Patrick. That's the way we say things here. And I'm like, oh shit, y'all are Marxism. This is Marxist shit. And I am in the thick of it. How did this fucking happen? So when you speak up for stuff like that, it does kind of make you a target. And what else did my boss say to me? That I shouldn't refer to people as Jewish. I was like, well, my in-laws are Jewish. I'm pretty sure we could say that people are Jewish. Oh God, it was nuts. It was nuts. It was nuts. And but there's other people, like when we had to do those what are those things where you go in a room and you learn how racist you are and you learn how homophobic you are and you learn, what do they call it? Sensitivity trainings. They pissed everybody off. Everyone, black people, white people, women, men. It was so stupid and it pissed everybody off. And that's the goal, to piss everybody off and to make people not get along. And if you saw through the bullshit of that, great. It's not about sensitivity training at all. It's about how to piss everybody off. That's what that shit is about.
So we keep performing. We fake our confidence, our satisfaction, even our joy, because admitting the truth that we feel lost or tired or like something's missing feels like failure. But it's not failure. It's the beginning of awakening. Here's what I want you to hear. If something in your life feels fake, forced, or off, you're not broken. You're just waking up. You don't need permission. You don't need everyone to agree with your choices. You don't even need a flawless 5-year plan. What you need is honesty with yourself. Start by asking, whose rules am I following? What am I afraid will happen if I stop? Who's benefiting from me following these rules? And what would my life look like if I trusted myself? Because the truth is, no one has it all figured out. Not really. The people that you think are doing it right, they're faking it too. You get to decide what success looks like for you, even if it doesn't involve the house or the husband or the high-powered job. For me, success is living in alignment with my values. It's having peace in my body and my home. It's the absence of drama and the absence of having to do something that I hate every day to survive. It's feeling proud of the life I'm creating, even if it makes no sense to anyone else.
And that's great. I think that's something that you cross stitch into a little thing, needlepoint, and then you put it on your wall, honey. That's great. And the rules, I talked about those sensitivity trainings and the rules and the words you shouldn't use anymore and the words that you should be using instead. I mean, I was 51, 52. I was 51 when that happened. And I'm like looking at these people and I'm like, are you guys fucking insane? Calling homeless people unhoused? What the fuck? Like, it just seemed like every week there was some new rule or new way to speak, and it was all naggy, like nannying, like you shouldn't do that, you shouldn't do that, you shouldn't do that. And I'm like, you guys keep changing the rules. I had a boss that was black and he hated white people. He wouldn't eat white food. I had a black boss who hated white people. How did that man have a job? I still don't know. He was openly racist against white people, and it was wild. It was just wild. And so that's what you get into when you're in the Matrix. That's when you're in those mutually agreed upon fictions. And this lady woke up to that, and she started her own YouTube channel, and she started living her own life, and it made other people uncomfortable. It made people very, very uncomfortable. And look at, she's got a thriving YouTube channel now. And she's also got some other things going on as well.
If you are starting to wake up to the fact that the life you've built doesn't actually feel like yours, even if you're already in your 40s, 50s, 60s, and beyond, you're not too late. You are right on time. You didn't waste your life. You were just gathering evidence that you needed to make a change.
Oh, that's good.
So if the rules aren't working for you anymore, throw them out. Write new ones. Ones that fit you. No one is going to come after you. There are no rule police. You get to make your own rules.
Unless you have an insane parent or in-laws that demand you live the way that they live, or somebody in your life. Those are the only rule police you'll follow. If you do your own thing, people outside of that will respect and appreciate it. But people that know you personally, they may not.
Your real life is happening right now. And every day, you're either making the most of it or you're wasting it by living according to someone else's rules. If this message resonated with you, I invite you to subscribe to this channel and to my Substack. I'll link it below, and it's in my bio. That's where I share my writing, stories, reflections, and tools for anyone who's ready to stop performing and start living more truthfully. If you've watched this whole video, thank you so much for sticking with me, for being here, and I will see you in the next one.
And I would highly recommend that you go bookmark that video. I'm going to put a link to it below, and bookmark it. And whenever you feel like something fake is going on in your life, take care of it, clean it up. Remember what she said, that you can write your own rules of life. Don't forget it. There aren't any rule police, and you can decide how you want to live. And in the next segment, we're going to talk about how to get to that hidden reality. So let's say that you've had that awakening. You've realized that the rules are garbage and you may not know what to do. Maybe you're still at the job that you want to quit. Maybe you're still in the marriage that you know you need to get out of. Or maybe you're still in contact with your family in some way. And you know that if you strike out on your own, they're going to sabotage you. They're going to come after you because how dare you do what makes you happy in this family? No one gets to be happy. No one. That's what it be like, yo. So in the next segment, we're going to go into how to access this hidden reality. You know, some people say that you shouldn't call yourself a shaman. You shouldn't call yourself a shaman. And I agree, because a shaman can be a big ego trip unless you are willing to put in the work. I mean, I study 8 to 10 hours a day, sometimes more. And you have to be dedicated to it. You have to be willing to see the truth in all situations. It's not for pussies. I know many people would not be able to handle what being a shaman entails. It's a service job. You're a janitor of the universe. Also, you got to kind of exist in different realities. Like, I know about the hidden reality. I've experienced the hidden reality. I can do it whenever I want to, when I truly, truly want to. I also experience the non-ordinary reality, and it's where there are spirits and miracles and magic, and reality starts to get really trippy and weird. And then, of course, I can participate in the MOFs, the mutually agreed upon fictions, and being able to exist in all those different realities and not get a headache, to be able to see the different but true meanings in everything. Like, a tree is not just a tree, so to speak. Like, many things can be true at the same time. It can create a lot of cognitive dissonance, because you may talk to some people who watch the news and they'll be telling you stuff that's on the news, and you know it's all bullshit, and you know it's not true. Like, there are things that I know that are going on right now that I can't share with anybody. With Merrick, I could talk to Merrick about it. Could maybe talk to my friend Dan about it. But for general population, they wouldn't be able to handle that shit. They wouldn't be able to. They would freak out. But the hidden reality that I'm talking about today is one that anybody can access. You don't have to be a shaman to be able to access this hidden reality. Very few people know that they can do it. You can do it right now. You can get there right now. But it's going to require some work. Like, it's a worthy destination. It's worth getting there. If you really want to get there, you can get there. And I want to talk about that today in this particular segment, how to access the hidden reality. At the end of this episode, I'm going to debut another AI song of ours called Hidden Reality. It's a song that AI helped us write about hidden reality. So that'll be at the end of this episode. So stick around at the end. All right, let's get on with this presentation. How to see the hidden reality. You want to see the hidden reality? You sure? Because it's not some cheap, glittery filter over your aura. It's not ascension codes or angel numbers or whatever new age nonsense is being spoon-fed to spiritual toddlers on the algorithm. No, this is about ripping the veil off your eyes, digging through the rot, and waking up for real. We've seen a lot of spiritual influencers lately be exposed for being complete and total garbage and bullshit. I haven't talked about many of them on this channel, say for Aubrey Marcus and the Twin Flames twins, Jeff and Shalea Divine. I may talk about more in upcoming episodes, but that paradigm is ending. The fake spiritual teacher, the fake spirituality phase is over. And so spiritual teachers now are going to need to be of service by talking about real stuff. And so, yeah, ascension codes, angel numbers, all that stuff is a lot of fun. But what we need now is real stuff. And for a while, those of us who are talking about this real stuff were deemed as crazy or insane. And there's a reason for that. But let's talk about the allegory of Plato's cave. It's an allegory about awakening to truth. Prisoners are chained inside a dark cave, only able to see shadows on the wall cast by objects behind them. To them, those shadows are reality. One prisoner escapes, sees the real world for the first time, and realizes the shadows were just illusions. When he returns to free the others, they mock him and resist the truth. The cave is the world of ego, conditioning, and false beliefs. The real world, that's the hidden reality if you're brave enough to face the light. So if you're a generational curse breaker, if you've gotten away from a dysfunctional family, or if you've gotten sober and you've tried to help your family and friends get sober or anything like that, they treat you like you're crazy. They talk to you like you're like, oh, you poor dumb thing. You're delusional. All the while, they're the delusional ones. They're the ones who are mistaking those shadows for reality. You cannot convince them. You cannot convince them that they're not living in the real reality. And so if you're at this stage where you've realized that there are people in your life who are preferring those illusions and delusions over the truth, what are you going to do? Well, you got to strip it all away. So if you take away the propaganda, and I will add that I think I've talked about this, but propaganda has been legal since 2013. The news media can freely dispense propaganda against American citizens. It's been this way since 2013. I don't know the reasons for it. I don't know the political reasons for it. I just know that it is legal. You can look that up, the Smith-Month Modernization Act. So you can look that up yourself if you want, but propaganda has been legal for the past 12 years. Also, take away the programming. You have been programmed to be a certain way, like the lady said in the video that we screened earlier. You have been programmed to be the way that you are. But you take that away, and what else do you take away? Take away the labels, the projections, the I'm this and you're that. Take away the performative self you uploaded to the simulation. And what are you left with? Silence, truth, the base reality. It's been there the whole time, humming quietly under all the noise you mistake for your personality. So when you realize that you've been programmed, you've been propagandized, you may believe things that aren't even true. Many people believe things that are not even true. They say these things as if they're true. Does that make them true? No. Hey, it gets really simple. In life, it gets really simple. What's true is true, and what's false is false. I've tried to talk to people about this. Like, what's true is true, and what's false is false, and you don't have to pay attention to false things because false things generally have no power unless somebody believes it. So if you don't believe in things that are false, they're false. There's a saying that says, "A lie is still a lie, even if everybody believes it." And the truth is still true, even if no one believes it. So it's really up to you. What is true? What is false? So where did all this crap come from? Like, why are you buying shit you don't need? Eating food that poisons your gut, worshiping celebrities and dopamine, living a life that was prepackaged and sold to you like an infomercial at 3 a.m. Answer, no one knows where this madness started. It's been passed down like a generational STD, but here you are, covered in psychic barnacles and wondering why your life feels like a cheap costume. Let me talk about AI music here for a little bit. Merrick and I are musicians, and we made a few music albums, and then we started experimenting and playing around with AI music, and it's been lots of fun. And we've made some really good songs. Like, these songs have been good. We're probably going to master them up. We've been putting them on our YouTube channel, but some commenter said that AI is bad for the environment and it's bad for artists and all that kind of stuff. And here's what I'm going to say. What if all that was a lie? What if things being bad for the environment was not true? What if that simply was not true? What if you had been lied to about that? You've been lied to about a lot of things, but what if that was not true? Because I do know that there are certain industries that do not want AI tools to hit the masses, but I think that AI tools in the hands of musicians and artists, it democratizes production. Like with our songs, we would have to hire session singers and book studio time and all that stuff. We don't have to do that anymore. And people don't care at the end of the day. People don't care that some of our card decks were made with AI images. Nobody cares about that stuff. Nobody cares that our book, The Machinations of Ego, was edited by AI. They just like the final result. People are not going to care in a few years. And but the falseness of it all. Here's the falseness of it all. Those people who were at the top creatively, the studio heads, and they were able to push propaganda because only they had the tools. Now the tools are in the hands of everybody. You're going to see movies about a lot of stuff. You're going to see books about a lot of stuff. You're going to hear music that you've never heard before. It's going to be very good. So a few people might lose their jobs. But you know who's really going to lose? The powers that be. The powers that be. They're losing. They're losing. They're going to try to find another way to make money. They're starting to call things AI slop. Don't believe the hype. Don't believe the hype. AI tools are here to benefit humanity, not enslave humanity. They're here to help humanity wake up. They really are. And I am so glad I got involved in AI a few years ago because I've watched it grow and help and be beneficial. And it helps us be beneficial. So don't believe the hype about all of that stuff. So, and we wouldn't be able to run our business without it because it helps us do things that we would have to hire other people to do. So let me go over to this. Who sees the hidden reality? Deeply spiritual people catch glimpses. Shamans walk it like a second skin. Children, before we ruin them, live in it. People in ego death stumble into it, crying and half naked but grateful. The hidden reality is a non-ordinary reality where time is soft, where you hear your spirit guides before they finish speaking, where nothing is coincidence. When life isn't out to get you, it's trying to wake you up. And once you wake up, all those threats just seem like catalysts. Yeah, so yeah, you had a shitty childhood. Thank God you had a shitty childhood because it made you a wise adult. You're no longer marinating in your trauma at all. You're not marinating in that stuff. You're actually embracing it. You're like, thank God I was abused as a child. Thank God my parents don't love me. Thank God. You start to look at life that way in the hidden reality. You're just looking at the world. You're not labeling it. It's not a big deal. Your world is really small. You're not worried about things going off in far-flung countries. You're not worried about things that don't apply to you. And I know this. People are going to say, Patrick, aren't you compassionate? Aren't you compassionate for what's going on in the world? I don't know what's going on in the world. The news will tell me certain things, but I don't know if they're really true or not. Can we be sure there's wars? Can we be sure that all of this is going on? What if America was like North Korea and we didn't know what was going on in the other world? What if we were actually supposed to be more technologically advanced than what we are? What if we're being brought up to speed through AI technology? What if AI was supposed to come out 200 years ago? You don't know. Maybe we're being brought up to speed. Maybe we're being brought up to this base reality where we should be before the powers that be put a clamp down on all of this and doled it out in little chunks. You don't know. But to access the hidden reality, the base reality, before all the propaganda and before all the labels, there are some things that we could do. The first one is to slay your illusions. Identify your programming, hunt down your delusions, kill your sacred cows. If it can't survive being questioned, it was never the truth. Another step, know the ego intimately. Study its tactics like it's a serial killer living in your basement. You need to know how it lies to you before you can shut it the hell up. And one of the things that we did was write this book, The Machinations of Ego. And you can get your hands on a physical copy, but for the month of July, you can get the ebook for free. And thanks to a donation from somebody, we've been able to make the ebook free for people. All you have to do is go to our website at concreteshamans.com. If you're ready to break free from drama, self-sabotage, and performative spirituality, this book will change your life. Get it, read it, wake the fuck up at concreteshamans.com. And because we had been talking about ego and the machinations of ego for a while, and we were like, we gotta write this out. We have to get it out in a book form so that people can read it. And if you want to get a physical copy, that's great. But please take advantage of that free ebook offer through the month of July. It's July 21st right now, so you've got a week and some change to get it. Please do it, and you can keep it on your phone. And whenever you have an ego attack, you can read that book, and it'll help you intimately know the machinations of the ego. Now, brave the shadow. Look at what you don't want to look at, your anger, your pettiness, your victim complex. If it makes you cringe, you're on the right track. And doing that necessary shadow work, because if you're projecting your unhealed trauma and your unhealed wounds onto the world, you're going to see a lot of stuff wrong in the world. But with shadow work, you see, oh, everything's happening exactly the way that it should. Ain't nothing serious going on. Ain't nothing serious going on at all. It's just stuff is happening. Just this is happening, and this is happening, and this is happening, and this is happening. That's when you're in that hidden reality, when you're seeing that everything, that life is just happening. People come, people go, things get broken, things get fixed, neighbors move out, people get divorced, children are born, people die. It's just stuff. It's not, oh my God, it's so horrible anymore. It's just good stuff and bad stuff is happening. You might even get to the point where there is no good or bad. It's just stuff. It's just content of your life. It's just the stuff that happens in your life between bedtime and mealtime. But a good strategy is to watch what you disagree with. I know I say this a lot, but I think it bears repeating in almost every video. If you only watch what confirms your beliefs, congrats, you're not spiritual, you're just in a cult of one. See if your beliefs are actually true or just comfortable. And watching things you disagree with, Merrick used to say, why do you watch things you disagree with? I'm like, because I want to know if I'm believing things that are not true or not. I want to know. I don't want to believe false things. I don't want to have any false beliefs. That's ludicrous. It does take some balls to look at your beliefs and examine your beliefs. It's scary at first, but then it becomes a habit. And the more you watch what you disagree with, the stronger you get internally. People can't trigger you anymore because you've heard it all before. You've heard it all before. Nobody can trigger you anymore. It's great. I love it. And that's free. You could do a whole lot of work on yourself just by watching things you disagree with. You don't have to pay $8,888 to a cult leader to get rid of all your false beliefs. You just watch something you disagree with. So let me give you an example. If you're a Democrat, watch things from Republicans. If you're a witch, watch things from Christians. I like watching X stuff from ex-Christians, ex-New Agers, even ex-gays, ex-porn star. Like the X world is full of wisdom and information. Okay, so the last one, and this is where I lose people a lot. Get sober. Stop numbing out. Stop coping. Ask yourself, do I actually enjoy my life or am I just surviving it? So if you need a glass of wine at the end of the night, if you need a joint, if you meet up with friends for drinks, are you sure you even like your friends? I mean, when I got sober, I realized that all my friends hated each other and we had to be drunk to be around each other. Do you have to be drunk to deal with your life? When you sober up, you're like, oh shit, I was putting up with things that I never should have put up with. I was dealing with things. This is the same thing for microdosing and psychedelics. You cannot heal unless you're sober. And this does not mean just quitting substances. Hopefully, if you just quit substances, you'll be miserable. Many people are. Nobody really quits drinking without healing. Nobody quits using drugs without healing. Oh, they'll mask it. They think they're good at hiding how miserable they are. They're not. All it takes is you'll be over at somebody's house who quit drinking, and then they'll start screaming at you out of nowhere. And it's like, it's not normal. It's not normal. But get sober. You won't regret it. You will not regret it. Do whatever it takes. So few people will do this part. They want to numb out and live the life that they don't even want and spend money on drugs and alcohol to put up with the life that they don't even want, to put up with the people that they don't even want, to stay married to the people that they don't even want to be married to, just to put up with it. And it's killing them. And they would rather stay high than change their life. But life is not meant to be endured or numbed out to. Like, there's nothing, no substance that you could put into my body that would change the way that I feel about life right now, except maybe some coffee. I'm not drinking coffee right now, and I really wanted a cup this morning, but I'm going to have this Earl Grey tea instead. Coffee would be the only thing that I could add to my experience today that I would enjoy, but I really don't need it at the end of the day. Coffee is stress in a cup. So what does the hidden reality feel like? It cannot be fully described, only pointed at. It's like trying to explain color to someone who's only ever seen black and white. But here's the vibe. No more problems, just challenges that shape you. Life unfolds like art instead of a hostage situation. Your health improves, not because magic, but because stress, lies, and resentment kill. Relationships deepen because you're not faking anymore. And most importantly, you stop playing a role and you start playing for keeps. And that's important. You stop playing a role and you start playing for keeps. It's your life. Why don't you want to fucking live it? Why don't you want to live your life? Why do you want to live somebody else's life? It's wild, isn't it? But here's a final warning. The hidden reality will wreck your ego. It will dissolve your false self. It will make you question everything you thought was you, but it will also set you free. Don't you want to be free? Don't you want to be free? Break those chains that bind you, please. Why would you want to stay imprisoned and chained and in comfort? Because the true comfort comes in the hidden reality. The hidden reality is very, very comfortable. You just kind of relax into it. It's like Calgon, take me away every moment of every day. That's exactly what it feels like. It's beautiful. It's lovely. I don't know why more people don't want to get there. I don't know why. Yes, I know why. Why, ego? The ego won't let them. The ego wants you in the moths. The ego wants you in the mutually agreed upon fictions. For sure, for sure. But what's your only job now? Start stripping. Well, okay, I'm probably like now that please keep your clothes on unless you're into that kind of thing. But I mean, now that I'm reading this back, I mean, yeah, start stripping, peel it all back, go naked into the void. Let the real begin. Get rid of all your clothes that you no longer wear. Change your wardrobe, change your look. I mean, I grew a beard and grew my hair long because I got tired of being the man in his 50s who still kind of looked like a twink, but not really. It was creepy and weird. No, I'm a 53-year-old man now. I love it. I love it. I pared down my wardrobe. Pretty much I'll only wear black tank tops anymore. It's real simple. Just real simple. In the winter, I'm probably just gonna wear black t-shirts again. Like I don't care. This is who I am now. And I don't know what to explain it because I love the hidden reality. I used to spend a lot of time trying to figure out what I was going to wear to work. Like what outfit am I going to wear? What outfit am I wearing? Now it's just, I know I'm probably going to be wearing a tank top of some sort and some cute pants and some Doc Marten sandals. I know what I'm going to wear every day. And it's simple. But the hidden reality is there. And I can't describe it to you. I can't explain it to you, but you know you're there when you have no more illusions and you have no more delusions and you're just living your life for you. That's the hidden reality that I'm talking about. Try it today. All right. I want to thank you for watching this video. If you want to support the work we do, please like and subscribe, comment, or use an emoji. If you've got nothing to say, share this content with others. Join this channel, support the work we do, and get access to members-only videos and features. Thank you for watching and growing with us. And also, it's now time to debut a new AI song that we wrote called Hidden Reality. The story of this song is when it gets released that we've been living in a fake reality and there's been this hidden reality all along. And we made this with a music program called Suno. We wrote the lyrics. They're a little on the nose. The song reminds me of what what if, I don't know, I'll let you listen to it. All right. Thank you for joining me. If you like this song, check out more on our other YouTube channel, The Concrete Shamans. That's our music and entertainment channel. I'm going to leave you today and I'll see you tomorrow. Please have a lovely day. I love you guys so much. Mwah. Bye-bye.
hero, she felt quite sick. A phone call from a clinic to tell her a procedure had been approved. Her body restored to perfect health. No more wasted years to lose. She found a hidden reality. Something kept from her. She was never free. The world that she lived in, it got erased today. Who she was is over. Who would she be in this new reality? The powers that be are the powers that were. Of what use are diamonds and furs? The people had to suffer to make them rich. The game is over. They dug their ditch. She went out her front porch. She saw her neighbors doing the same. Their work days has been canceled. None of them felt much shame. The implications of all of this were heavy on their face. All their problems solved like a breath from God's grace. They saw a hidden reality. Something kept from them. They were never free. The world that they lived in, it got erased today. Who they were was over. Who would they be in this new reality? A few months passed and the world got better and no one got sick again. A healing wave of progress, those guilty punished for their sins. 300 years of progress happened in the blink of an eye. Not a single person was nostalgic for the past, and here's why. They were living in a real reality.